Yeah, this is just a shorty. So this mower was sitting here and I noticed there was some oil stains on the ground and I'm going, why? What's up? Right, so I look under here, because on these older mowers, they have oil drain plugs, right? Here's the oil drain plug, right? Look. Come on, or leg, hold it up, look. See it? I can move. This finger, it was loose. It was almost ready to pop out on me. It's loose. It's a good thing I noticed that. I gotta tighten that up real quick. If I hadn't noticed that, what would have happened was, that plug would have popped out of there, all the oil would have came right out while it was running, and the motor would have blown. Because this engine was low on oil. And you could tell that, like, there was oily mess around it. It must have been kicking up. So whoever drained the oil last time forgot to tighten that plug. That's crazy. It's a good thing I saw that, or this thing. I would have sold it. The guy would have mowed with it. 2 lanes, that thing would have popped out because it was held on by like a thread. It would have popped out, all the oil would have drained out, and the motor would have blown. And then he would have been calling me up. Yeah, the mower is not working no more. It blew up on me. All because of that. It's always something to check. It's a good thing it was visible, or I wouldn't have known. Because these older mowers, it's good. They have an oil drain plug to make it easy to change the oil. The new ones, they don't have it anymore. They expect you to undo this and flip the thing over. The old ones had a nice plug on the bottom, so you know, it made it neater. You could put a pan, but that's crazy though. All you do to tighten it is right here, this piece. You take this and this, make sure it's in tightening. Left loose, right tight, right? Not always. There are special occasions where that is not true, but typically it's left loose, right tight. One of those old Briggs motors I have, the what is it? The hold on, I'm gonna tighten this up. Alright, it's tight now. Yeah, that thing was really loose. On one of those antique Briggs motors, the flywheel nut tightens left-hand threads. So it's right tight, left loose. No. Left tight, right loose. It's opposite. Occasionally you will have things where it is opposite. But universally it's right tight, left loose. Everybody learns that from when they're a kid. But that's not always true. But that's a good thing I just noticed that. I would have noticed it when I went to sharpen the blade. I wouldn't have noticed though if it wasn't that loose and there wasn't some oil puddled. And then a perfectly good mower would have blown up. Simply because that nut was loose. And so now, another thing you do when you drop oil on the ground, you clean it up. You don't leave oil stains. It's a biohazard. You don't want that stuff being carried into the house. Right? You don't want to live like a slob. I find this stuff to work the best. They sell that kind that's like sawdust. That's good for immediate oil leaks where it absorbs it. Otherwise, this kind's the best. You could also use cat litter. You put it in and then you get like a block of wood like this, and you just go like this. Preferably a dry block of wood. And it will get the stain out and get the oil up. So I just figured I'd share that though, because that was a disaster just averted. But that's probably why it was oil all over the thing. It was loose, and oil, the thing with oil is, oil kicks up everywhere. Oil's weird. That's why sometimes it's hard to find oil leaks, because the oil, it'll show in one place, but it's actually coming from a different spot. And with everything moving, and just the speed of everything, the oil tends to get blown to a different area. So see how there's a hole right here? I guarantee what was happening was the blade was kicking the oil up, back up, through areas like this, and then it was getting all over the block. So that explains why there was oil all over this thing, not because the breather was loose. It wasn't. The drain bolt was loose. See, a simple mistake like that can cost you. Simple things like that, that's all it takes. It doesn't have to be a major catastrophic thing. It can be something as simple as leaving an oil drain bolt loose, and then the thing falls out, the oil comes out, and the motor blows, and that's the end of the machine. Something simple as that can do it. It's not always complicated. It can be that simple. You just have to look and know where to look. That's all it's about.